So kindly check GL module also from your end, so that if at all any questions, we can recap that, or you can join in weekend batch. One weekend batch is going on from 10:30 to 12:30. They've just started the GL module, so you can join in that module. So for you people, I'll start with the APR module, a refresher or whatever you think. I'll just completely recap and a little faster way. Okay, put heading as an accounts payable and accounts receivable module. Actually, both, as I said that earlier also, both are separate modules. But here we are going to combine both. Okay. Okay, put heading as an accounts receivable and accounts payable. Both are mirror images. Here we will talk about suppliers, and here in accounts receivable we will talk about customers, and accounts payable we will talk about some payables, what we are going to pay. This is the liability, current liability, and accounts receivable, what we need to receive from our customers. So that is nothing but your receivables. Clear? So accounts payable, where it's reflect in your balance sheet, it reflects in your balance sheet under current liability. That is nothing but your credit arts. So here in SAP, we are no more calling them as in creditors. We are going to call them as in trade payables. And when it comes to accounts receivable, it's a mirror image for accounts payables or accounts receivable. Okay, accounts payable is a mirror image for accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is a mirror image for accounts payable. Clear? Okay. So here, okay, AP and AR, you, if you want, you can put here as an. Okay. And I'm going to change this time little. Earlier, I have started accounts payable and accounts receivable immediately, automatic payment process, and after that asset accounting. But this time I'll show first of all integration part. The next we'll go ahead. Okay, so here accounts payable. FI module finance is connected to GL. GL is indirectly, FI is okay. AP, it is indirectly related to, and AR. Okay. In APR, we are going to talk about MM integration in AP module and SD integration in for AR module. Okay, let me connect. Just write it down as it is. Clear? So what we are going to talk in AP module in the sense, in AP module, we are going to talk about AP module, we are going to discuss non-inventory. Non-inventory, you can write it as in based purchases. And in AR module, we are going to discuss non-inventory based sales. Clear? So here AP to GL, AR to GL. So before integration of FM and MM module, inventory is nothing but stock or material, whatever you call, right? So here, right, in AP to GL, whatever we are talking here, we are going to call it as an without stock, right? We are okay. So we are going to discuss something about non-inventory in AP module. We are going to discuss about non-inventory without stock. So when we integrate with MM module, AP module, then we are going to talk about what we call material thing. Same SD. When we talk about AR, non-inventory sales, we are going to talk. Okay, so no stock will not be involved here. But when we integrate with SD module, sales and distribution module, then we are going to talk about material. Clear? Any questions on this? Hello? Able to hear me?
Yes, sir. No questions.
So here, what is a GL debit posting case? We are going to talk about posting case. What is GL debit posting key?
40.
40, correct. 40 GL debit posting case, right? And 50
Credit.
credit posting key. Okay. Whereas in AP module, this is for GL module, posting case for GL module. This is already we discussed. When it comes to AP posting case, AP is nothing but accounts payable. AP posting case. $21 vendor debit. Okay, 31 vendor credit. Okay, 29 vendor special GL debit. 39 vendor special GL credit. In the same way, AR posting case. Zero one customer debit. 11 customer credit. 09 customer special GL debit. 19 customer special GL credit. Just write it until here. Just write it down. Once you're done, let me know.
I am done, sir.
Okay. So here vendor invoice, for example, I'll show you one entry. See, GL account, we know that we have three types of accounting rules. Actually two, but in general we call it as in three. Personal account, real account, and nominal account. Correct? So personal account is related to your AP and AR module. AP and AR module. And your nominal account will be your GL account. And this real account will be dealt with asset accounting module and as well as GL module. Clear? AP and AR module is related to your personal accounting rules. So here, for example, vendor invoice. If when we have received, we have taken services from a vendor, for example, vendor invoice. I'll take same example, what we have done last time. $40 posting key. Advertisement account. Debited. $31. XYZ. Trading company. 1 lakh. Okay, this is for vendor invoice entry. And next one, vendor debit memo. Normally we call it as a credit memo over there. So if at all we do any returns due to some reasons, then the entry would be 21 XYZ trading company account debited 1 lakh. So 50. Advertisement account. $1 lakh. Okay, next one. Customer invoice. So non-inventory based we are going to discuss. Customer invoice. For example, we are giving consultancy services. Okay, we are giving consultancy services. Then customer will be debited. So customer will be debited in the sense personal account. Debit the receiver. Customer is receiving. Right? So what would be the entry? What would be the entry? What would be the entry? If we are providing services, consultancy services. So customer account debited to consultancy service charges, correct? So here debit, what is the posting key?
40.
40 customer.
Okay. 1.
01.
Yeah.
It's a 01. It's not a 1. It's a 01. Okay. So here customer, I'm taking it as an MNR MNR consultancy services. Services, for example, 80,000. Okay. So GL account credit. What is the GL account credit posting key?
50.
50. So here, what are the charges we are collecting from them? We are about to collect consultancy charges.
Mm.
80,000. Next one, if customer credit memo. Customer memo. Okay, so customer is returning to us. Customer is returning to us. So what would be the entry?
40 consultancy charges.
40
Debit.
consultancy charges, debit.
11 customer credit.
Yes. 40 consultancy charges. 80,000. So here customer has to be credited. So 11 MNR consultancy services. 80,000. Just write down till here. Just write down. Just write down. Once you're done, let me know. Done?
Done, sir.
Yeah. So here we need to create reconciliation accounts. So we need to create a reconciliation account, means integration account between GL account and AP module. GL module and AP module. So for AP module we are going to create as trade payables. This is a reconciliation account, trade payables. And for AR module, it's a
Trade receivable.
trade receivables. Receivables. So you can write it as a recon accounts. Reconciliation accounts. A reconciliation account and trade payables also. Reconciliation accounts. Reconciliation account. Okay. Reconciliation account. And we need to, under that, the reconciliation account will be connected to vendors for trade payables. So for example, we are going to create vendor 1, vendor 2, vendor 2, vendor 3, vendor 4, vendor 5. Okay. And here we are going to create customer accounts. Customer 1, customer 2, customer 3, customer 4, and customer 5. Okay. So here this will be linked. So this reconciliation account also known as a main accounts. So you can write slash okay. So here you can write it as a reconciliation account or main accounts. Main accounts. Okay. Reconciliation accounts or main accounts, and this will be linked to the main accounts will be linked to vendor. Trade payables will be linked to vendors. Just write down. We'll call this as an we'll call it as an subledgers. This V1 and this one we call it as an subledgers or vendor masters. Right? This is called subledger or vendor masters. And here we are going to call it as in same thing, subledgers or customer masters. Okay. So here these are called reconciliation accounts or main ledgers, and whatever vendors we are going to create, they are known as in subledgers or vendor masters. And same thing when it comes to trade receivable AR module, we are going to call it as in trade payables, trade receivables, or reconciliation accounts or main accounts. And here we call it as in customer accounts as in subledger accounts or customer masters, vendor master data, okay, or customer master data. Okay. So the vendors and customers, we can classify it. So we can classify it, these customers with the number ranges. Okay, so here. Understood. So probably we will purchase within a state or within a country, we will purchase or sale, we will purchase services from vendors, though we can call it as a domestic vendor, right? And same time we will purchase from other country vendor, other countries. So then it is considered as a foreign. So within a company, we will do transactions. So intercompany vendors. Same time, in the same way, we can categorize customers also within a country. Then we can call it as a domestic customers. Out of the country, we will call it as a domestic foreign customers. Right. So if we need to differentiate the number ranges for the domestic vendors, foreign vendors, intercompany vendors, or any other vendors. If you have one-time vendors or whatever it is. Right. If you don't want to categorize, then you can have a one common number range group. Clear? So by looking at the number ranges, we can identify whether it's a domestic or a foreign vendors or service vendor, like that. Okay. So we will do that. What is our company code? Anyone remember? What is our company?
PI01 Penna.
PI01, right?
Hi, Naveen.
So we can categorize into PDVS. So Penna, right? Ours is PI01 in the sense.
Yes, yes.
So here we can make it as an.
Hello, Naveen.
Hello. Yes, who's this?
I'm Sridhar. When it is started?
Just started. Just in the sense 7:30, 7:45.
In the group mentioned 8:30, right?
No, it's 7:45.
Okay, okay.
It's a
Okay.
regular class would be around 7:45 to 8:45.
Okay, okay. Right.
Tomorrow. So just I'm again started with the APAR module.
Okay.
A refresher kind of thing or whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. If at all, I'll share this document now. So you just check it out. Okay, for this one, Penna, right? Our group. So PDVS, Penna, domestic vendors. Okay, the number ranges would be APR module, whatever it is, it's at client level. So remember that. So here it is SD, right? So the number ranges. Okay, we can give domestic vendor. So the most important thing is this is a client level. So we need to check the availability number ranges. Okay. So next one. For example, the number ranges we are going to take. To whatever number range available, we will take it. So in real time, we won't get this problem because as you know that earlier also we saw here it's a training server what we are doing. So number of people will give the same number ranges. So we need to check properly. So next one. Penna. Foreign vendors. Penna foreign vendors. So the range we can copy later. Next one. Intercompany vendors. Okay. Penna. Intercompany vendors. Next one. Service vendors. Penna service vendors. Next one-time vendors. One-time vendors. Penna one-time vendors. Okay. So the same way we will have customers also. And I'll write it as an CS, nothing but customers, foreign customers. So one-time customers are not required. We won't maintain any one-time customer data. They'll pay and they'll buy and they will. Okay, so here I'll give the range as an, for example, so domestic, right? So I'll give it as an PD. Number range key. And this is for PF. Number range key. Intercompany, I'll give it as an PI. Service vendor, I'll give it as an PS. PO. And for domestic customers, same PD. Since a module is different, so you can repeat the range. PF. PI intercompany customers. Last but not least, PS. Write it down. Any questions? Till here.
Naveen need to change that vendors to customers.
Where yeah, right. Okay, fine. Thank you. Just write it down. Okay.
Can you explain briefly about all this?
See, nothing. We haven't done much today. See, we have started AP and AR module again. Started in this is a refresher, whatever you can recap. It's not recap. We are going to do again the AP, but in a little faster way. So here, We have already completed the GL module and AP module also. We are doing APP, automatic payment process. But again, meanwhile, we have a huge gap. So that's the reason I'm repeating everything. Accounts payable and accounts receivable. What accounts payable is a mirror image for accounts receivable, and accounts receivable is a mirror image for accounts payable. Payables are nothing but where it reflects in your balance sheet, in the sense accounts payable will be reflected in your balance sheet under current liability side under current liability. When it comes to accounts receivable, it's a receivable to us. So it will reflect on asset side of your balance sheet under current assets. It's a current liability and it's a current assets. Okay, fine. And after that, FI module, and under that we have a submodules like GL, AP, and AR. So FI module, GL module is directly integrated with FI module, and AP module will be integrated with GL module, and AR is also integrated with GL module. So how we are going to integrate, I'll explain. So here, AP to GL and AR to GL, we can do the transactions in AP two types. One is non-inventory based transactions and inventory based transactions in AP and AR model. So initially we are going to discuss about non-inventory transactions. Both the models, AP and AR model, we are going to, inventory is nothing but material purchase and material sales. So here initially we are going to discuss non-inventory, means service purchases, service sales. Clear? So when we are going to discuss about material purchases and material sales, in the sense, when we are going to integrate this AP module with MM module, material management module. And when it comes to AR module, when we are going to talk about MM in the sense, material in the sense, when we are going to integrate with SD module, right? AP is integrated with the GL module and AR is also integrated with the GL module, and MM is integrated with AP. SD is integrated with AR, and indirectly MM is integrated with the GL module, and SD also integrated with the GL module. Clear? The same thing I have explained here. AP model, we are going to discuss non-inventory based purchases here initially. So, and AR also non-inventory based. And we discussed something about posting keys. We know that in manual accounting, we will call it as a debit and credit line item, debit line item. But here we don't have a debit concept and credit concept, DR and CR. We are going to represent this a DR with some posting key for each module and CR with one posting key in each module. So in the same way, GL module, we are going to discuss debit posting key as a 40, represented with a number, a two-digit number 40, that is 40, GL debit, and GL credit represented with 50, 50. Correct? In the same way, we have another two modules like AP and AR model. So in AP also, we have a separate posting keys for representing debit and credit. So 21 is for vendor debit, means whenever the 21 digit and vendor is showing, then it is nothing but vendor debit line item. 31 vendor credit line item. When it comes to 01, it's nothing but debit, customer debit, and 11 is nothing but your customer credit. And same time, special GL. We talk about special GL. What do you mean by special GL? Where sometimes without before purchasing, we will do some sort of down payments, right? So that is considered, whenever we down payment is there, then we call it as we will create special GL indicators, right? We will talk something about in the next sessions. So 29 vendor special GL debit and 39 vendor special GL credit. Okay, and 09 customer special GL debit, 19 customer special GL credit. Okay, and here it is vendor invoice. Vendor invoice, I took an example, vendor invoice, for example, vendor invoice, whenever we take a services from a vendor, right? The entry would be advertisement is an expense, right? So here GL account, as I said that AP and AR module represent the personal accounts. And when it comes to GL module, it represents real and nominal account. And same thing, asset account also, it represents AR real account, right? So here 40 advertisement account debited, 31 vendor credit. So vendor is the giver, personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. So he is the giver. So we are crediting vendor 31. When, okay, so due to some reasons, we are returning the services. We don't want services from this particular vendor. Then we will return the services. Then what it will be, vendor will be debited, debit the receiver. So vendor debit would be 21. So 21 posting key is nothing but XYZ trading account, vendor debit 1 lakh 2. What is the services we are taking back? We are getting back advertisement. So 50 advertisement. Okay, GL credit. Same time customer invoice. So we are selling services to customer. So debit the receiver. So customer debit would be 01. MNR consultancy services 80,000 and consultancy charges. What services we are giving to him? Consultancy charges. So it's a 50. So 80,000. Next one, customer credit memo. Customer credit memo. So due to some reasons, the customer is returning to us. So we need to decrease from this income. We need to decrease from this income. So consultancy charges account debited 80,000. Debit credit the giver. Who is giving us? The customer name is MNR Consultancy Services. 80,000. Till here, any questions?
No.
Right. So as I said that AP module will be integrated with GL module and AR module is also integrated with the GL module. So how it's going to be integrated in the sense, we are going to create the reconciliation accounts. Reconciliation accounts, clear? So this reconciliation account will integrate GL and AP module. So the reconciliation account is also known as a main accounts. How we are going to integrate with by creating some reconciliation accounts. So trade payables, we are going to create one reconciliation account, and trade receivables, we are going to create different reconciliation accounts. And those reconciliation accounts will be linked to your vendor masters. That is, we are creating vendor 1, vendor 2, vendor 3, vendor 4, vendor 5. The same reconciliation accounts will be linked to your integrated with customer accounts. Customer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and this is considered as a main accounts, and this is considered as in the vendors, whatever master data you are going to create, this is considered as in subledgers or master data. So here this master data accounts for trade payables, we are going to call it as a vendor master, and AR model we are going to call it as a customer master. Right, so the vendors will be categorized and customers will be categorized as per their transactions. So normally we broadly classified into different categories: domestic, within a country, right? Foreign, out of the country, intercompany, within the companies, within members of the companies. Next one, service vendor. Okay. And one-time vendors. One time in the sense, only one time we will purchase and we will close it. So we need to represent with the number ranges, document number ranges we need to represent. And these number ranges will be created at a client level, not at a company code level.
Okay.
And next one, the same with customers. Customers also, we are going to same domestic customers, foreign customers, and intercompany customers and service customers. And we need to create number ranges. Clear?
Yeah.
Anyone have questions on this?
Yeah.
Anyone? Yes, no.
I mean, we are reconciliation account linked with each vendor, right?
Yes, that I'll show you.
Yeah.
See, just you need to remember how the AP is going to integrated with the GL in the sense with the reconciliation account.
Yeah. Okay. Clear.
Okay. So here, not each vendor, we are going to categorized reconciliation account will be created as per the category.
Okay. In
All the
category.
domestic vendor, we are going to give one reconciliation account. Foreign vendors, we are going to give one reconciliation account. Intercompany vendors, we are going to create one reconciliation account. Service vendors, we are going to create one reconciliation account.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah. Clear.
Any other questions? Any other? Okay. So what we'll do is we'll stop here till today, and tomorrow we'll continue with the other part, and tomorrow onwards it will be 7:45. The session will start with 7:45 and we'll wind it up by 8:30 or 8:45.
Yeah. Okay. Naveen.
Meanwhile, kindly check the GL part if at all any issues. So however, we are going to start, but we are going to, they have some changes in AP and AR module. So that's the reason again, I'm restarted this particular module, but it won't take much time to complete.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.